Robby, what is on your radar today?
Happy to tell you, Niall. Former Senator Bob Menendez, a Democrat from New Jersey, was sentenced yesterday to 11 years in prison following his conviction for charges of bribery, extortion, fraud, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. Now, this case has, for some reason, gotten less news attention than I think it should, given the enormity of the crimes that he was convicted of. 11 years is nothing to sneeze at. No senator has ever been convicted and sentenced to such a lengthy prison stint. But it reflects the extent of his appalling and obvious financial crimes. Menendez was corrupt to the core, and they proved it. The former senator acted as an unacknowledged and unregistered agent of the Egyptian government, which paid him to influence his Senate colleagues. He was paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash and also in gold bars, which he kept in his home. They were recovered by police during a raid. Now look, there's every reason to be skeptical of law enforcement and supportive of due process, and to not always and automatically believe prosecutors or the official narrative when it's asserted that someone is guilty. Everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt. That said, hoarding gold bars at your house is not, how do I say this, typical behavior. On the contrary, it's very good evidence that you are involved in illicit activity. Very few people keep $486,000 stuffed in their shoes or their pockets of their dry cleaning, and almost no one has 13 gold bars on hand. There was an innocent explanation for all this. Menendez obviously was unable to offer one. His attorney said the gold bars belonged to his wife, and he had no idea how she had obtained them. It's throwing her under the bus, but I don't believe it. In trying to garner sympathy, Menendez has tried every trick in the book. He went straight to identity politics initially. He had first asserted that he was being persecuted because he's a Latino. He said in a statement, quote, "Those behind this campaign simply cannot accept that a first-generation Latino American from humble beginnings could rise to be a U.S. Senator and serve with honor and distinction. It's not lost on me how quickly some are rushing to judge a Latino and push him out of his seat," end quote. Well, obviously that shameless tactic did not work, so now Menendez is trying a new tactic, begging Trump for a pardon. Now, after his sentencing, Menendez made a public statement saying that he suddenly agreed with Trump that law enforcement, the deep state, is weaponized against patriots like himself, and also our fearless leader, Donald Trump. Now, Menendez said that Trump was treated unfairly by the legal system. Trump, someone who Menendez voted to impeach twice, was right all along, and the same people going after Trump are now going after Menendez. Let's listen.
Welcome to the Southern District of New York, the Wild West of political prosecutions. President Trump is right. This process is political and it's corrupted to the core. I hope President Trump cleans up the cesspool and restores the integrity to the system.
Republicans, MAGA fans of Trump, all must resist the temptation to throw in with every corrupt Democrat who starts spouting pro-Trump talking points in order to get off the hook. The same goes, by the way, for New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who's also angling for a lifeline from Trump, and he may get it. There's rumors the Justice Department could consider dropping the case against him. Look, MAGA people, don't make yourself easy marks. Be skeptical of fair-weather friends who want to associate themselves with Trump because they're angling for preferential treatment, and it's the only choice they have. The gold bars don't lie. So this is an incredible tactic to see being deployed over and over again, the Rod Blagojevich method of getting on Trump's good side by saying the whole weaponization of the process. And look, you know from talking with me that I don't discount that there can be weaponization of the process and that it can be political and that law enforcement can, you know, has a lot of tools to pursue people more aggressively or even unfairly than I think they should. But he had gold bars in his house, stacks of cash shoved into pockets. Like, you just don't, that is itself evidence of a crime, and he was caught. So what can one say?
There are no innocent gold bars stashed in the Soave residence.
There really aren't.
No, not my place either. Look, it's always a joy to get a radar that I can unequivocally agree with. I mean, this is just kind of opportunism on the part of Bob Menendez, or the use of terms in the hope that they'll gain some sort of Pavlovian response of approval when you just say, oh, witch hunt, oh, corrupt system, and that Trump will somehow then ride to his rescue and pardon him because he wants to, I don't know, buttress the case that the Southern District of New York is biased or politicized or whatever. I obviously don't think that Trump should ride to his rescue. I don't think that he has shown any inclination that he will. The case of Eric Adams is an interesting one because there, as you say, are rumours that there could be some deal done. My personal view is that Adams is equally opportunistic. Now, he has not had his day in court. He deserves to have that. We always talk about due process.
Absolutely.
But certainly the allegations in Adams's case are serious and pretty well substantiated so far.
Yeah, they are serious and substantiated. I still want to see, more evidence for his specific involvement. I don't think it's yet has risen to the level of the gold bars found in the home. And Menendez has such a long history of corruption. The funny thing about him is he got away with it initially. He got in an earlier case.
Hung jury, I think.
He got a hung jury, and that was a pretty compelling case too. To get off, and he didn't. He remained a senator through all that. He didn't resign in disgrace. He remained an influential foreign policy related senator, and then continued the corrupt behavior, escalated the corrupt behavior, taking these bribes. There's nothing else you can call them. From the Egyptian government, I think maybe from some other Middle Eastern government as well.
Well, I think there were individual businessmen also involved in the case as well.
And just absolutely lining his pockets, saying, "Oh, it's my wife. I have no idea what she was doing."
How did that happen? Where did those gold bars come from?
Where did they come from? And then he gets. So he did resign from the Senate. Democrats turned on him eventually, pretty effective, because it was just such a galling example of corruption. And now he's gonna try to do the Trump angle. I'm just warning Trump people not to fall for this. I'm not seeing any evidence that they are. But can you imagine all the historic criminals that could have tried out? Jeffrey Dahmer didn't know. He said, "No, I killed and ate those people." Did he eat anyone? I don't remember. He just killed people. It was just like Trump. You can't keep human remains in your freezer anymore.
Without the feds knocking on your door with their agenda.
It's just so ludicrous.
It is. And also, just on the ludicrous point, one of the things that I find bizarre in cases like Menendez is these people don't seem to realize that we can all see and hear what they're saying to different audiences. So in the court, just before his sentencing, he was this penitent person talking about, oh, life's so difficult now and all of that. Then he literally gets sentenced, comes outside and is like, oh, witch hunt, the system's corrupt, it's just like Trump. I mean, that's just ludicrous in itself.
The man used to spend a lot of time at my favorite cigar bar in D.C. He was there like every day.
Did you see him there yourself?
Oh yes, I saw him there multiple times. He would go there literally. I don't go there every day, but every time I was there, he would be there as well because he was there. I mean, this has been substantiated in court. I think they surveilled him while he was there. Or they tapped it, or they recorded him talking. I don't know, maybe they got me on tape
they have.
Enjoying a cigar and seeing what senators are up to, but no more cigars for him.
Longest sentence.
11 years in prison.
Exactly, as you say, longest sentence ever for a senator or former senator.
A bipartisan effort to root out corruption in our government. We love to see it.
Absolutely.
Next up, RFK Jr. is in the hot seat again. We'll discuss his day before the Senate yesterday, and more of that is coming today. We'll talk about it.